Hello there people of the world, my name is Lewis Solomons, but some of you may know me as Ginger Ninja 97 or Quickscope UU, and today I'm proud to bring you Mind Games, the full completion Easter egg on buried zombies. Before we get into the steps, I would like to thank Carlos, Marvin and Killz for helping me through all 3 of the Maxis Easter eggs. Without them, I wouldn't be able to bring you this video. I'm going to go through each and every step in complete detail so you can never get stuck on this Easter egg. I will also include quick tips so that you can get the Easter egg done the easiest way possible. Step 1 is building the gallows with 4 parts that are around the map. There is a battery located inside the church next to Vulture Aid. There is a light bulb on top of a crate above the jail cell. There is a part in the room next to the gunsmith, which is also the exit from the bank. There is also a part in the barn on top of some of the hay bales down on the bottom floor. All of these parts then added onto the gallows, which is located next to the courthouse. You can only carry one part at once, so I suggest having at least 2 people trying to build the gallows at once, because otherwise it will take a very long time. After building the gallows, you're going to want to head towards the general store and start building the turbine and the subsurface resonator. All the parts can be found inside the general store itself. If you give the big guy, or Lenny as we called him from Of Mice and Men, some candy next to a workbench that you've already started building a part on, then he'll finish it without you having to find the parts for it. As you can see, I started building the turbine but couldn't find the rest of the parts, so I gave Lenny some candy and he finished off the build for me. Once you have finished the build for the subsurface resonator and the turbine, you can proceed with the next step. This step is smashing the red orbs around the map with the subsurface resonator. What you're going to want to do is get 1 person with the subsurface resonator and 1 person to power it with the turbine. There are 4 different orbs around the map that you will have to smash with the subsurface resonator. There is 1 orb located in between the saloon and the candy store. There is another orb located up in the tunnels. There is an easy access route from the top of the saloon that you can get there by. There is another orb located in front of the mansion by the courthouse. The last orb is located on the other side of the mansion in front of the maze. I would be careful and store away any money that you have though, because if you get hit by the ghosts on the way, each hit takes away 2,000 points from you. Once you smash the last orb, you should hear this as an indicator to tell you that you can proceed with the next step. Once you have done this, a blue lantern should be flying about inside the actual starting map. Someone will have to cook a grenade and try and explode the top of the lantern so that the lantern drops down. It doesn't matter who gets the lantern, so anyone can throw the grenade. Anyone can pick up the lantern once it's on the floor. Basically, once it's blown up, it will drop down randomly in a spot on the floor, and someone will have to hold square or X depending on what console you're playing on to pick it up. On this step, you need to fill the lantern with zombie kills. These kills have to be by Lenny. What you're going to want to do is get someone to give Lenny candy. This person can be anyone, it doesn't have to be the person that has the lantern. Now I suggest starting a new round so that there's enough zombies for Lenny to get kills. The person with the lantern has to stand by Lenny as he gets kills, and you'll hear an indicator which indicates that you are doing it successfully. Once you have done this and Lenny stops getting zombie kills, the person with the lantern is going to want to jump from the saloon to the gunsmith roof. On that roof there'll be a lantern. This is where the person with the lantern can place their lantern. Once you have done this correctly, a code should pop up on the wall in front of the lantern. The code will give you 3 names of 3 different tunnels that are located in the tunnel section of the map. You will only need to find 3 names of 3 different tunnels, but actually there are more tunnels. I have put all the tunnel names up on screen so you know each and every name ready for when you do this part. You don't need them specifically, but if they're on screen then you'll know that you haven't done the part wrong when coming to decipher the code. Now I'll go through in complete detail how you can find out which names you have to hit and in which order you have to hit them in. On the code there will be 3 lines which represent 3 words. These words are 3 names of the names in the tunnels. Now to help you work out this, I have a grid on screen that you can see. How the code works is the white chalk outline is the same as the white outline on the grid. The red line represents whether it's the left letter, the middle letter or the right letter. For the top word on my code, you can see that the first letter is a U shape with a red line on the far left. If I use the grid, then I find out that the U shape is the top middle, and because I know this, I know that it has to be the left letter in that box, which means that it's a D. Now, you only have to work out the first letter for each word, because each name in the tunnels starts with a different letter, so if you can find out the first starting letter, you know which name it's going to be. Also, the name that is on the top of your code will be the one that you hit first, the middle will be the one you hit second, and the one at the bottom will be the one you hit last. This is hard to explain, but I hope I explained it enough for you to know what you're doing. Now this is important, you must put a time bomb down before you start hitting the names in the tunnels, otherwise you will not be able to do the wisp a second time, which is the next step, and you will not be able to finish the Easter egg. Now, I suggest starting a new round and having a train of zombies, one by Jug, one in front of Mule Kick, and one in front of the saloon, otherwise this step is going to be extremely hard to do. You have to hit all the names from your code with Galvin-knuckles, and once you hit the last name in the correct order, a wisp will spawn. Once the wisp spawns, you'll have to follow it in a specific path that the wisp will take you. This path is the same every time. The wisp will go into certain zombies and you'll have to kill the zombies to keep the wisp powered, otherwise it will fade out and you'll have to hit the signs again and start the wisp back from the start. This is why you should have a train of zombies, because if you have a train of zombies then the wisp will probably have enough charge when you kill the zombies that are getting trained. Not only will it fade out if you don't kill enough zombies, but it will also fade out if the person that spawned in the wisp doesn't follow it. If you do this step correctly, what should happen is you'll follow the wisp all the way up to the gallows and then it will go straight into one of the light bulbs. Now, once you have done this, what you'll want to do is use the time bomb and repeat the exact same process again. The names will be exactly the same, the name orders will be exactly the same, and the wisp path will be exactly the same. I would suggest though starting another round because you might not have many zombies left. This time the wisp at the end will go straight into the second light bulb. Now once you have finished with the wisp, there will be 9 bells around the map which will all be now usable. There will be 3 located in the courthouse, 3 in the upstairs level of the candy store, and 3 on the upstairs level of the barn. 1 player will need to be in each one of these locations. So 1 player will be in the courthouse, 1 player will be in the upstairs of the candy store, and 1 player will be in the barn ready to press these bells. Now, the other player that isn't on any of the bells will have to go inside the mansion, and on a couch there will be a lever that will be pressable. When you press the lever, lights will show up. These lights indicate one of the bells that need to be pressed. How this works is if you get it right, the light will turn green, where if you get it wrong, the light will change to what bell you actually pressed. So if you pressed 1 and got it wrong, it will show what bell you actually pressed. Now, the left column of lights represents the candy store, where the middle column of lights represents the barn, and the right column of lights represents the courthouse. So that narrows the lights down to 3 different sections. Basically, you need to know which player is in each place. When you push the lever and a light comes up, you tell the player that's in that place to press a random bell. If they get it right, then it goes green. If they get it wrong, then it will show what bell it is, and then you'll know that that isn't that bell for that specific light. This narrows down to a certain amount of bells, and then you'll be able to know exactly which bell represents which light, meaning that you would know that one bell would represent the top light maybe. If you get it wrong, then the lights will reset and go into a different order. However, the lights will still represent the same bell. The first thing you'll want to do after doing the lights is give Lenny some boost so he can smash the middle fountain if you haven't already. This part of the Easter egg may take some time, so I'd suggest getting a crawler and giving Lenny some candy so that he'll hold the crawler for as long as you need him to. For this part, what you'll do is you'll go to the middle fountain and it will give you an option to make a wish. Once you make a wish, what it will do is sharpshooter targets will pop up and it will be like a firing range, and you'll have to shoot every single target for the Easter egg to be complete. The targets are in exactly the same location for both Maxis's and Richtofen's side of the Easter egg. Targets will pop up in the mansion, in the candy store, in the saloon, and outside the jail cell by Juggernaut. I'm going to show you the perspective of all 4 of our players so you can know the best spot to stand when doing this step. If you stand in these spots, I'm sure they'll be the most clearest spot to see the targets that you can have. I would suggest using the PDW because it has 50 bullets in one clip, and reloading takes time that you can't have in case you miss a target. This part of the Easter egg can take some time, but if you go over to the fountain, there is no special trick. You don't have to start a new round. You can instantly press the Make-A-Wish straight away. You can continuously do it. There's no limit. You just keep doing it. So if you miss, just leave it and start again. And seriously, be patient, because it is hard, especially in certain locations when it's hard to hit certain targets, and at the end when all the targets pop up. Just be patient and I'm sure you'll get it eventually. At the end of this step, you end up getting all perks and get the trophy or achievement, Mind Games. This is the completion of the Easter egg. Yes! Yes! Get in there! There is still more to this Easter egg, however. If all 4 players have done all Maxis Easter eggs on Transit, Diarize and Buried, and linked all the nav cards, then there is an extra ending. If you don't want the ending spoiled, then turn off now and go and do the Easter egg on your own. But seriously, this is amazing. You have to watch it. This is the full Mind Game Maxis ending. I hope you enjoy.
The process has begun. Now I control the ether's energy. I can at last reach Agatha. Ah, you fools! Why did you listen to him? Regretfully, I must inform you that neither the Earth nor its people will survive. Ah, I tried so hard to warn you. Don't go! Once the gateway is open, I will finally be reunited with my dearest Samantha. Hello? Are you forgetting something? Even if your wretched daughter is still alive, she has my body! If you are so eager to re-enter the physical world, Richtofen, I will grant you that wish!
Now, a lot of time and effort went into making this video in the most detail that I could, so that you know exactly what to do when you have to do it. So please, if you could leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, it would be much appreciated, because I did put a lot of effort into this video. Anyway, I've been Lewis Solomons. Thanks for watching. Peace out. Subscribe. Hey guys, if you haven't already, please show your appreciation and stay connected by liking my Facebook page. It helps so much, plus you'll never miss out on any videos because video links will be directed straight to your Facebook feed. So if you could, please just head over there and click that like button. It only takes a few seconds but could mean so much. Thanks again for watching. Peace out. Subscribe.